standing here with steel drum maker, master tuner, player, one of the people responsible for the steel drums and the way it has made its impact on the world of music and the world in general. Mr. Leroy Williams. I call him a master because he is a master. And this is one of his instruments which I've had the pleasure of playing for some years. And I refuse to play it unless the occasion is right. That's how valuable this instrument is to me. But I want him to tell you what his contribution is to this instrument and the world of musicians that have just embraced this wonderful instrument we call pan. Leroy.
Yeah, my name is Leroy Williams. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I was lucky to grow up in the area where steel drums where it's very possible the first tune was played in a steel drum. I think I can add to that I was lucky to have lived in the very house where that man who supposedly plays the first tune on the steel drum lived. And I think they say he was born there too. That's Winston Spring. And that village is east part of Spain, John, where a lot of the developments on steel drum began, where pan meant so much to all of us. Very people who are busting your heads and putting you in jail and all that playing skin drums now love the steel drum. I heard somebody say that, oh, well, Trinidad has lost out to the rest of the world in pan. The Trinidad tuners have lost out to Panyard. Now, these guys, Panyard, I have respect for them, you know. It was my spirit that brought them into the movement. Welcome, this is what we came here to do. Now, when people like myself, Ellie and everybody came here, we came to not on the invitation of some company to be paid $20 million for 2 years or anything like that. We came here to show people what we're about. This is what we do and we are really bad. Take a load of this. It succeeded immediately. It just succeeded. It wasn't a commercial mission. I call it a social, more like bordering on humanitarian. You know, this is what we came to do. We came to give what we have, improving human relations, improving country-to-country relations. This is what this movement is. This is my idea, was to beautify the drum. I locked into this here. I have been lucky to have associated myself with people like Gerald Forsyth, with Otello Molino, with Rudolph Charles, Eddie Manet, Lincoln Noel and Wallace Austin, a whole lot of the great people who I think
All the tops.
they are the real tuners. I sometimes don't believe that I am considered a member of that great brotherhood. You know, they're real, they're geniuses and present a standard setting for all the instruments.
Like standardization.
And to finally present a method of teaching
right.
that would bring the instrument in par with all other instruments that have an organized way of teaching, which may vary from school to school, here and there with little ideas, but which fundamentally remains the same. We have to have a standard way of teaching. I feel quite comfortable with what I am doing, but he is a man who has finished his work. I think he is the most successful tuner in the fact that he has only improved what he was doing 50 years ago 500%. So it's the same tone, just more refined. He hasn't changed. He hasn't been influenced by anybody or anything. He stuck to his guns and became right.
So he really has the Manu touch. He can claim a Manu touch.
The Sue man.
The Sir Manu touch, excuse me, but I happen to feel the same way about your tuning and your work. So I look forward to this collaboration. I would love to see your names.
Yeah, I am quite comfortable to go to him, to work with him as a student. Although we'd be producing.
I could see
But
that.
I know he has finished, and I know I am not done yet, but he is finished. He has completed what other tuners.
I heard you got him going once upon a time. So maybe he isn't so finished with you coming into the picture, So that's what I'm getting there.
Well, he started pumping me up 20 years ago when he saw the first drum that I prepared in this manner.
Yeah.
He said it was the best piece of work he ever did. I have been riding in that. I mean, that is more octane than you can.
Beautiful. And I can vouch for that because these drums are the most beautiful drums I've ever owned. And I've had a few sets and these stay on the wall. Sorry, I don't play them for any and everyone.
And the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come. Thank you, Ali. Ali, tell the camera who you are.
Well, my company is called New World Standard Steel Drums. New World meaning the need and desire for change and the standardizing of the instrument and the teaching method. During the last 10 years, I spent quite a lot of time in Santa Cruz, California. Went back to Charlotte to hang with my grandkids and came back to Florida and here on the West Coast heading back east again.
And it's all about the drums, isn't it?
When I look at it, it's all about the children and the people that the drums connect me
Yeah.
to. The fact that steel drums has taken and has been so well accepted in all parts of the world is because of the Trinidad love for the instrument and the support that they have always given it. That Trinidad has exported I would say that the steel drum has been one of the first very successful things to come out of Trinidad. It's been our greatest product because it's not merely a product on the stock market, but a medium that has brought people together and has formed so many great relationships and is continuing to. I think the most meaningful, most powerful of all memories I have of my growing up in a community where steel drums were important was the experiences I had living in John. I remember I was about 7 years old, and when we went to Carnival, we didn't go with our parents, we went with the band. And after the Carnival, on the way home in the evening, the band had a special spot. It was in front of the Besseau Street police station where they parked and made sure that all the little boys and girls who came with them were accounted for. Then they put a rope around the band and we would head for home, And I remember one evening as we proceeded to head for home, I can still see the look in the man's eyes. A tall old man stood up with his hands behind his back and looking at the band very admiringly, with so much respect. He looked at us and I heard him say, Tokyo is Going Home. This was the name of the band. And it made me realize that how important and how powerful home was, because he looked at a whole band of people dancing, going home with so much respect. He must have wanted to be a part of that himself, and I realized we had it, because a 7-8-year-old boy, I mean, we had so much fun in that little community. It wasn't a rich or powerful community in any way, but it was very happy. And we were loved, we were taken care of by these same steelman men who were considered outcasts. And I mean, some of the men were outcasts, but they had a caring and a love for the people who they, in a way, were responsible for. I mean, if somebody had hit me downtown at Carnival, World War III would have started. You know.
It's like Othello Molino.
I got to know him. He came to work with my band, and it's like suddenly music and everything took a whole new turn. Like it's suddenly empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Steel drums.
Family, very much.
Family.
Community.
When I say Carnival, Trinidad and Tobago,
I think of all the foreigners who are lauding to Trinidad and with the idea that they're going there to have a good time, and find out that it's something much more serious, because they turn out to be more Trini than me and you.
I say money.
Success.
I say Leroy Ali Williams.
I think of myself, and I think of, and not to be rude, but like I think of people like Fidel Castro and Eric Williams and Gerald Forsyth and Rudolph Charles, these revolutionaries. Because I think, and in a very humble way, I was given the responsibility to revolutionize the direction of the movement. I honestly believe that.
Mm-hmm. Music. Pan. Say that one more time.
I think I'm getting tired.
Pan.
Pan.